All right, guys, so today we are here with Aiden Fowler, videographer, producer, and frequent collaborator with Tacet. How are you today, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Not too bad, man, not too bad. So let's just quickly get right into it. As mentioned, you're a videographer. You've collaborated with Tacet a couple times now.
Yes.
What led you to become a videographer? Like, what was it that got you hooked onto that?
So back in the summer of 2018, I just finished my freshman year of high school, going into sophomore year, and this artist named Oben, shout out to Oben. We need to work again. If you see this, we need to make another video. It's been 7 years from that first video. But he posted on his Snapchat story, and he was like, I need a videographer. I'm shooting a music video. And my videographer lagged on me. He literally said my videographer lagged on me. And at the time, I only knew how to edit, but I never shot any music videos. So I was like, you know what? Like, I can record. Like, let me give it a try. So I reached out to him, and then he responded back to me. And after that, I didn't take it serious. I edited it after that shoot, like literally the same day of, and put it out the next day. Like I remember I got home and like laying down in bed, I was just editing the video. Like I did it super quick, and then I just sent it to him right after. But yeah, like a year later, like I don't know. I just never really thought of being a director at the time. I just never took it that serious, but it was during COVID when it was junior year, I believe, and there was literally nothing to do. We could not do anything at all. We could not do anything at all. So my best friend, Ian Garcia, or his artist name is Stizzy, and we decided to work together because he's a musician, and me and him, we're kind of going back and forth. Like, he makes a song, I do the video. He makes a song, I do the video. And then sometimes I would even make album covers for him on Photoshop. And then the more we kept doing that, more artists from the city of Corona, where I'm at, they just started like hitting the both of us up. And then obviously, consistency over the years, you learn, and I'm here now, sitting in this white room. But yeah.
No, for sure. And just give us the rundown, pretty much like what goes into, making a music video. What's the process like for someone who, doesn't know. Obviously, I was behind the scenes for the video we just shot with Tacet,
Yeah.
So I have an idea. But for those who don't, what is the process like?
So right now I don't have like a team with me, so it's mainly myself, but I have friends that are also on the same page as me with a camera. So what I try to do is I first try to reach out to my friends with cameras that do photography or videography and be like, hey, like, do you want to do behind the scenes, or do you want to take photos? Because I want to help them build their portfolio. And then another thing I try to think of is the location and the time frames from, like, let's say 4 hours or 2 hours here and then 2 hours here. And then also I always try to look out for everybody and make sure everybody is feeling comfortable, or, if someone's feeling a little bit off, I kind of try to do my part to be like, is everything all right? And then I just try to have a good time with everybody, because that's the main part, is you're having fun doing what you want to do. So it can be a little complicated at times. Like the first couple shots, you're not really like locked in, but then after those first couple shots, you're kind of like, okay, like I'm here at a video shoot, like I need to like lock in. This is like an actual video that I want to progress. I want to show like progression. So I feel like most directors can relate to that, but overall, I try to have a fun vibe and like just make sure everyone is feeling okay. Yeah.
And so what is it that keeps you wanting to stay on this path? You know, what is it that motivates you to stay doing this? I mean, obviously you mentioned, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you do this as a way to have fun with your friends and, you know, with your counterparts. But aside from that, you know, what's the motivation? You know, what is it that keeps you going?
What keeps me going for this is, good question. I think it's just more of the passion. I feel like it's just the passion that keeps me going because honestly, this is my option A and option B. I don't have any other, I can't even think of anything else that I could be doing right now because everything else is just not in my vision. I just, for some reason, videography and directing is just a way for me to express myself better and to show what goes through my mind and what ideas that I have. Like, that's another way of me expressing myself, is to show and to put these artists in different rooms and like different like backgrounds, whatever, is basically of what my mind is thinking of. So yeah.
And I mean, obviously you answered this question in a way, but you know, does it ever get old? You know, do you switch up the process each time a new music video opportunity arises? You know, what changes?
So it depends on the genre. I just put out on Halloween, I just put out the Get At Me Dog music video, and that was my first ever like metal / rock video, like, and that was a different genre that I was so grateful to be a part of because growing up, the first genre I listened to was like metal and rock before hip hop, and I felt like that meant so much to me because I would always come home from school, like the garage was wide open and my dad was just fresh out of work with like a beer and just blasting his hardcore metal music, and I just felt like that meant something to the younger me. So being able to sometimes go into different genres, it feels good. Like, it always doesn't have to be one genre. Like, you just have to put yourself out there more, like in different types of genres, which is another reason why I love doing videography, because you're able to meet different people from different genres and what they think of music and stuff and how they take their approaches and stuff, and being able to work with what their direction wants. But yeah, just being able to put yourself out there, it feels good. It gives you a great feeling at the end of the shoot. So yeah.
And you know, you speak of genres. Is there a certain genre that you haven't worked on yet that maybe in the future you'd like to, you know, dip your toes into?
I would like to work with like maybe like Latin music or like alternative, or even maybe even country. I don't know. Like, I'm open to working with any genre.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's just because like maybe like I said, one genre, it can be a little bit like, it can sometimes get a little like there's not really a change. So I'm really willing to work with any other genre, but I was able to work with Tacet for like a metal hardcore genre, and I would like to do so much more. If any bands are watching this, please reach out to me. I would love to work with all you bands. So yeah.
And you know, you mentioned Tacet, and we mentioned Tacet earlier. You know, how did that partnership come about? You know, like how was that spark initiated?
It was 2022. Yeah, it was 2022, and Ian, he was performing at the Bird, no, not the Bricks Bar, the B-side. It was the B-side shop, I think, in Covina or West Covina or something. And Ian was like, "You should come with me. Like, I'm performing." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." So he was trying to help me like get more film footage out and being able to meet with other artists. So I went and I saw on the flyer the headliner was Tacet, and I didn't know who he was because I was only there for my friend Ian. And so we went and met a bunch of cool people, and we stayed for Tacet's set. And what's it called? I don't remember if we stayed for the whole thing. I can't remember, but I was able to film it, like hit like half of his set and take a lot of pictures. I remember I took so many pictures of him. But after like a few days after, I made like a, what is it called? I made like a, what is it called? I made like a montage of the whole show, and I included all the photos and the videos of each artist that performed. And I put Tacet as basically the end of the video because he was the headliner. And then Tacet reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, like, I forgot like, what he like said like right off the rip, but it was along the lines of like, this is like really good, like." And then I think he posted on his Instagram too during that time, and I was just like, what the heck? And then I'm not sure like how I found out like he was working with Ramirez at the time, but like I eventually found out. I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. Like I'm like, dang, like this guy he just like posted my edit of him, and like he reached out to me and just appreciated my work, and I'm like, what the heck? Like I was a little starstruck for that time being, but yeah, we first met in 2022, and now what, 3 years now? We've known each other for 3 years, and now we have what, about 4 music videos, or Chunk Rattle, Chunk Rattle, Fraud Dogs, Get At Me Dog. Now we have another one on the way, and now we have this interview, so maybe like 6 in total, but yeah.
And how would you say that this partnership with Tacet, like, how would you say that this has benefited both of you guys? Like, have the opportunities come about since this collaboration, or is it still a work in progress?
Let me see. So I've definitely had a lot of people follow me from like, I think from the Trunk Rattle music video, a lot, like it did really good, and there was a lot of people that followed Tacet started to follow me, and I was like, whoa, like dang, like this video did really good. And then next thing you know, like all my friends that saw the Trunk Rattle video, they're like dude, like this guy is really good, like he generally makes great music. And then we did the For All Dogs music video, and then I wanted to include some creatives that were from Corona, and then I just, again, that's part of like the getting connections. Like I just wanted to like help my friends out and stuff and get them to know each other. And then I think it was the Get At Me Dog video. That one did so amazing, and everyone was telling me like, wow, like you went like above and beyond with this one. And then I got more people reaching out to me just saying like, even like asking to work and stuff. And I was just like, dang, like you never know like what video can get you this connection. So like, if I didn't put any of those videos out, like I would have never got anything at all. I probably would have been at a little bit of a lower level. So I feel very grateful for all the things that came my way from each video that I put out.
And how is it like working with Tacet? You know, what's the experience like?
Like, it's amazing. Like, me and him, like, we have like a great friendship too, and like we like to joke around and stuff. And then we like to mix it in with like, like locking in, and then locking out. Like, just, you know, like sometimes like it's actually good to joke around and stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be all serious for the whole shoot. Cause you know, like you just want to let yourself loose a little bit. You can't just be like, oh, like all nonchalant and stuff. Like if you want to like be like, oh, fuck you, or something, like you just say some random stuff, like Tacet's the guy. Tacet's the guy to do that. So
you mentioned, you know, that it's key to not always have that serious face on you. You know, it's okay to let loose and have a little fun. You know, how does one balance that? Because although yes, you know, some people may agree it's cool to have fun, there's also some people that may not know how to balance that. So how does one balance that, where you understand that what we're doing here, yeah, we're having fun, but at the same time we're here to work?
I guess just to put yourself out there and just try to get to know, again, just try to be willing to express yourself and be able to give that energy to the other person to make the other person feel comfortable to, you know, say anything to you. And although like some people like won't get it right away, but what I try to do is that I try to put it out there. Like the first time we meet, I try to be like, you know, like I try to say like funny things, be off topic or whatever, because sometimes I do want to get to know the artist that I'm working with, you know, just try to build a friendship off of that, not just like mainly business, you know. And because sometimes too, just only having a business friendship or whatever you can call it, I don't know, like I just feel like sometimes it doesn't really lead to anything, and sometimes you kind of feel like you're being used in a way. But what I would say is just to try to put yourself out there, just, you know, like, and plus for me as a director too, like you're telling the artist what to do, so you might as well just be off topic in that moment instead of just being awkward and just mainly talking about videos and music. Just try to talk to them about like their life or where they come from, or, you know, just any type of talk to lead like a certain conversation. So yeah.
So leading into that, you know, upbringing and personal side of things, you know, you hailing from Corona, what does that mean to you, you know, to be able to put the city on the map, you know, a city that most people probably don't know exists, you know,
Yeah.
aside from you and I, but
Yeah.
you know, what does that mean to you, you know, that you could be the one to truly put it on the map, to truly make it a city where you hear it and you automatically know?
Just try to involve the community in everything that you do. I guess I could say, for example, last year, Ian and we threw a show called Apply Pressure, and it was in Rancho Cucamonga, which is it's not in Corona, but it's in the IE. But we had about 13 artists from Corona, and then we had one from San Diego and then 2 from LA. And then the vendors, one of them was from Corona, and then the other one was from LA. And we wanted to do that. We wanted to throw that show because we always wanted to put Corona on the map, since Corona, I feel that not only just Corona, but the IE, we don't get the amount of shine that like LA or any other state gets, like New York or like Atlanta. Like, we don't get the shine that we get in the IE. Like, there's a bunch of creatives in the IE that deserve so much credit and deserve all the flowers and stuff. Like, everyone in the IE has their own creative style, and it's unbelievable. So what me and Ian tried to do for that show, we wanted to bring everybody together and create something for the city, like for all the people in the IE to come out and have fun. And for me, I like to put Corona on the map because I like to tell everybody I'm from Corona. And like you said, a lot of people don't know what Corona is. And then I try my hardest to, tell the people that aren't familiar with it. I want to be able to be like, oh yeah, this artist here is from Corona. Oh, this music, what's it called? Like this artist and then this painter or this family-owned business is from Corona. Like I want to be able to do my part and show other people what Corona really is and how cool the IE can be as well.
So earlier you mentioned, connections. For someone that, whether it's in the music industry, whether it's in the journalistic industry or whatever, where connections are important, how does one go about of creating those connections? Because, for some people it's difficult because they don't really know anyone. So when you start from essentially ground zero, how do you go about to meeting those people?
Well, what I did was, again, like I had my right-hand man, Ian, and we both didn't have any connections at all. So we barely knew anybody, or like all the other artists that like we thought like, oh, like we can't reach out to them yet. We don't have anything. Sometimes you have to build up your portfolio first, and sometimes it can be, it can feel a little bit off, but as over time, you have to at least try to reach out. And if you don't get a response, like it's okay, it's completely okay. Just keep pushing yourself, keep putting yourself out there. Just keep trying your best, and one day you'll be able to work with someone else, and then that certain someone else can tell them like, oh, like I know this guy, and then it just keeps going on. But to put yourself out there, like you have to have enough courage and enough like be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. So yeah.
Now, what kind of advice would you have for somebody that wants to get a start in this industry, that maybe wants to be a videographer? How does one even become one?
Well, we all start somewhere. Like, you don't need to have a like a good camera, like a good or expensive camera to start off. Like, you can start off with your phone. Like me, I started off editing anime videos on my phone, and I still believe I thought my edits were really good on the phone at the time, and no matter what, like creating something, like no matter like if it's on the camera or a phone, you're creating something, and if you think it looks good, it looks good. But if you feel that you need to upgrade yourself, then that's the time. Like that's something telling you like, all right, do it. But again, you don't have to start off right away with a camera and be like, oh, like what do I do with this setting, or what do I do with that setting? You can start off with anything, any type of camera you want, or like even your phone. Like just don't feel like overwhelmed, or don't feel like don't have too much pressure on yourself. Like just a lot of these creatives, they start off somewhere. Like they start off like with like the lowest quality, and then obviously they work up to the better quality. So yeah, it's okay to record like a music video off of your phone and edit it off of your phone. Like we all start somewhere, and everyone will understand. Like everyone will understand later on. So yeah.
And has there been a part along the way in the journey where you probably didn't feel like this was going anywhere? Did you feel like you weren't accomplishing anything, and if so, what did you do or say to yourself to convince yourself to stay on track?
So in 2023, it was kind of a year where I just felt like things weren't rolling the right way and nothing was really changing. I just felt like every video I put out, it wasn't my greatest, or it wasn't like at my best, or I wasn't trying my hardest. It was just more of like putting a video out. And I remember this one day where I was just sitting in my room and I just started thinking like bad about, like dropping out of college, like, was it really worth it? Like, should I even go back, like, and find something else? Or I just started thinking of like the worst of the worst. And I think a week later, I think the reels section on Instagram had came out like not too long ago, and people were starting to make like cinematic and aesthetic reels. And I told myself, you know what, like, I need to find a different way. I don't want to only do just music videos. I need to find something to post that I'm able to express myself more freely besides doing a music video. So in 2023, I posted my first like cinematic reel, and after that, I loved it, and I started to keep doing those more and more until I think the other day I just posted one, and right now it's like at 2,000 something likes, and that's like my first ever reel to really like pop off, like genuinely like pop off. And if I didn't have that moment in 2023, I wouldn't know where I would be without those reels, because those reels like that I do like off for the side, like it helps me become like a better director, and like it's kind of practice in a way, and even editing as well. It helps me practice editing too. So I'm really grateful that I had that dark moment in 2023, because I would have not been posting reels right now.
And in an industry where there is always critics, no matter what, no matter where, how does one, or how do you personally navigate through that? Like, how do you stay positive within yourself when you see stuff that's just negative?
So I've always been that person to like not really care. I think it was pretty easy for me to understand like this person like does not like know me, like I don't know this person. It could be like a burner account, and like you don't know this person. Like that one comment, like they're not doing what you're doing. Like we all have different paths. And I got this one comment on TikTok the other day of the reel I posted recently. It had like a side angle of me, and then the guy commented L side profile, and I liked it because I thought it was funny. Like I didn't take it as like a disrespect. I actually thought it was funny. So I guess what I try to do, or what I've been doing, is I don't take it serious. Like I don't know this person. Like like they just stumbled upon my reel, and if they have something to say, like I don't take it like in a wrong way. Like there's no point of taking it in a wrong way. Like I just want to feel great. Like I'm not going to let that stop me.
And for you, what is it that you want to get out of this? Like when you reach that finish line as well, what's on the other side of that finish line? What's the ultimate prize?
Honestly, I don't really think there's no finish line. It's more of just what like my next goal would be like after every video I put out. But I guess to answer your question, like on the other side, like what do I want to see on the other side is just being able to take care of my family and being able to put my close ones in a better situation, or be able to help them out by connections, or bringing them along with my video shoots, or just being able to have them along with my journey, with my ride, and be able to help them out in any type of way.
And what can people expect from you in the future? What is in store?
Well, I have a short film that I'm currently writing right now, and then I do want to revamp my intro and outro of each music video that I put out. So that will be starting next year. The intro of the ding ding, that will come to an end pretty soon, and then my outro with the 3D logo, that will unfortunately come to an end soon, because I feel like now is the time for me that I feel like that I've grown so much. I feel like I deserve like a new intro and outro for people to watch my videos. And then I'm also working on new clothes as well from this collective that me and Ian have. It's called West Side Revenge, and there's so many future plans. We have Apply Pressure Volume 2. We're working on that right now, and there's just so much for next year. I can't wait to show all of you guys what I have in store.
Any closing thoughts?
Thank you. I really appreciate this interview. I really enjoy having interviews of myself, because I don't know, just something about interviews, just being able to talk to other people. It's just another way of getting myself out there and being able to show myself on camera, because I'm usually behind the camera a lot. But being able to put myself in front of the camera makes me more confident, and it's another way for me to express myself and to let loose. So thank you again. I really appreciate this. So.
No, thank you for being here. And Aiden Fowler, guys, videographer,
Yes,
producer,
sir.
putting on for Corona, California.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a wrap on this episode.
Yes, sir. Thank you.